Nacho John Madden Juanito at the edge of my bed, getting ready to turn in, but with one more video if the memory in my phone holds out. About how people don't change. Some of the toxic ways that humans relate to each other seem to persist. When I was a kid, back in the 50s, at my Catholic church, one of the sports was gossiping about Father Kill, the assistant pastor, who apparently had a girlfriend in another local suburb. Now, at this point, I go, yeah, boy, you were smarter than the Catholic Church was. The whole notion of asking priests to be celibate, pretty crazy, I think. I don't know of another denomination that asked that. And I was in the seminary myself for several years. And the guys who were aiming to be priests, they weren't saints. They weren't the kind of person that could thrive on celibacy. They were normal guys just trying to get a decent job that people seem to respect, and it's upward mobility, you know. So he's less likely to be a pedophile if he's getting his needs met. So I think that was great. But people spent a lot of time. I didn't even know as a kid what the hell they were talking about. It was only later that I understood what it was. So that was the 50s. From 2004, so that's like 55 years almost, till 2016, 2020, when the COVID hit Asheville, North Carolina, and I headed for the mountains. I was active in a very progressive Christian light church. It was very accepting of all kinds of spirituality, and the priest was a United Methodist minister, and he would say, I don't call myself a Christian because I don't like a lot of what's been done in the name of Christianity, but Jesus is my teacher. And he was a nice guy. He was very smart, very charismatic, very funny, charming, not deeply spiritual, I don't think. The joke was, do you remember any of the details of what he said? No, but we had a good time, didn't we? But he's about my age, so 16 years, I don't do the math, he must have been like 60 when I got there. And he had a penchant for young blonde women, quite young, 20, 30, 40 years younger than him. And as far as I could tell, they were long-standing relationships, and the young women seemed to thrive in the relationship. So it didn't seem like he was using them in any way. But it's probably some kind of trauma in him that he wasn't interested in women his own age. But that was always gossiped about, never said to him by anybody that I'm aware of, but people love to talk about that. Well, you know, if your own life is boring, not vital, not exciting, like mine was boring for a long time when I was misdiagnosed as bipolar and took terrible drugs, but it's super exciting the last 5 years, and I stand back and go, get a life, you know, get your own life instead of picking at the bones of his life. Yeah. Bad news. I used to teach the difference between what's not gossip is to talk about a relationship you're having with another person, not with the intent of recruiting them to say what a bad guy that other person is, but to get yourself clear so you can go back in the game and say what you need to say to try to improve the relationship. It's the intent and the whole way you go about it. If I had anything else good to say, I'd talk some more because I like talking. But you just gossip a lot. You just go around going, that asshole. You just talk. So I don't. Deal with it. Fuck you.